So you, in terms of release, if you're getting home, we're saying we're going, you get your court dates, you don't have to memorize it, me or my partner will hand you a piece of paper, and have all that info, don't lose it, so you don't come back, right? You don't go to the court dates, you get arrested again, probably don't want that. Let's say, just hold on your paperwork, try to get this as quick as you can, these guys are ready to go if you're going to stand, all right? Sound good? All right.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good morning. This is the time set for the 2 a.m. initial appearance calendar on September 25th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking a DNA and fingerprints that was given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I'll call you each one at a time to the podium. I'll provide a second name to sit in the chair outside of this room. I will let you know what you are here for, if I have appointed an attorney, if you have a bond, and what your release conditions are. If we could start with Mr. Duffy to the podium and Mr. Perez to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Peter Wayne Duffy Jr., 1187.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a grand jury warrant that was issued. It has an offense date ranging from May 9th, 2025 to May 29th, 2025. It is for 6 counts of organized retail theft, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of shoplifting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you, and I'm going to set a couple of hearings in the downtown Superior Courthouse. You'll have an arraignment hearing October 2nd at 8:30, an evidentiary hearing October 2nd at 1:30. Both of those are in the downtown Superior Courthouse. At the time of these offenses, you were out on felony release for a different case, so you're not eligible for bond today. The hearing set on October 2nd at 1:30 in the afternoon is the time set to determine if you'll be eligible for bond. Did you have any questions?
So I have been approved and I've been screened and approved and for purpose healing, for release to purpose healing. Is that an option in the in any of the matters?
It may be an option on October 2nd, but
Okay.
because you were out on felony release, it's not within my discretion to release you until that date.
Okay.
Okay? If you'll take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Perez to the podium, Ms. Smith to the chair. Let me get your name and date of birth.
David Perez, 10/14/01.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on 7 different matters. You have 2 cases out of Maricopa County Superior Court. You have 2 cases from Yavapai County Superior Court, and then you have 3 municipal court cases. So we'll start with the warrants that were issued by Yavapai County Superior Court. Your first one is a warrant for possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony with an offense date of March 10th, 2024. The other warrant out of Yavapai County is for 1 count of aggravated assault, Class 3 felony, also March 10th, 2024. In those cases, I'm going to appoint an attorney and set an arraignment hearing in Yavapai County Superior Court on September 30th at 8:30 a.m. You have a cash bond of $100,000 in each of those cases. Then you have 2 cases out of Maricopa County Superior Court. The first one is a new case. It is for 1 count of fraudulent schemes, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of trafficking stolen property, a Class 3 felony, 1 count of taking the identity of another, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of theft credit card control, a Class 5 felony, and 1 count of fraudulent use of a credit card, a Class 5 felony. Probable cause has been found in that case, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. Your other case in Maricopa County is your probation case. When you're picked up for a new offense, it is a Term 1 violation, so I'm going to appoint counsel in that case as well. In Maricopa County, you're going to have a status conference as well as a probation revocation hearing on October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. On your new charges, you have a bond of $20,000. On your probation case, you have a bond of $1,000. Then you have 3 additional warrants that were issued. 2 were from the Mayor Justice Court. The first one is for disorderly conduct and criminal damage. In that case, I'll appoint an attorney, and you'll have a hearing September 30th at 8:30 a.m. The other warrant from Mayor Justice Court is for criminal trespass and threat. Same thing, I'll appoint an attorney. You'll have the same date and hearing on September 30th. In each of those cases, you have a bond of $50. And then for your last warrant, it is out of Surprise Municipal Court for disobeying an order of the court. In that case, I'll appoint an attorney. You'll have a hearing in the Surprise Municipal Court on September 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon, and you have a bond of $50 in that case. So your total bond between all your cases is $221,150. In the event that bond is posted, you will have written conditions of release. Some of those things will include not possessing any weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your, are you on probation? Yeah, and contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. And then, of course, you'll need to ensure you attend all of these hearings. I know I gave you a lot of dates and times. It's all going to be in the paperwork, but they are spread out amongst different counties, so pay close attention to that. If you don't post bond, you will be transported for those hearings. Did you have any questions?
You said there's a prohibited possession in one of them?
Yeah, that one was from out of county. That was the Yavapai County Superior Court. They have indicated that they've charged you with misconduct involving weapons. But then specifically it comes up as a possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, and that was in March of 2024.
All right. I thought they dropped that case, but they must have...
This warrant issued September 10th, so 15 days ago. So I don't have much information on it.
I was arrested on that case, and they let me out. They dropped the felony, so
Were you arrested at the time, at the time of the offense in 2024?
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like they might have filed this year.
Yeah, I think they probably just recharged me with it or picked it back up.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, because it was an indictment from September 10th, 2025.
All right.
Anything further?
No.
Okay, just take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Ms. Smith to the podium, Mr. Reed to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Tamara Smith, March 5th, 1988.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here on 3 cases. Your first one is a new case. The other 2 cases are your probation cases. Your new case is for 1 count of narcotic drug possession for sale, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of dangerous drug possession for sale, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of conspiring to transport narcotic drugs, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of conspiring to transport dangerous drugs, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of money laundering, a Class 3 felony, 1 count of using electronic communications for a drug transaction, Class 4 felony, 1 count of narcotic drug possession for use, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of dangerous drug possession for use, a Class 4 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. On your probation cases, because you were on probation at the time of this offense, it is a term 1 violation, so I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you on those cases as well. You will have a status conference along with a probation revocation hearing on October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. Those are all going to be in the downtown Superior Courthouse. You have a cash bond of $100,000 on your new case and $1,000 in each of your other cases. In the event you do post that bond, you will have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons, you may not possess drugs without a valid prescription, you may not possess or consume alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of this will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
No.
If you'll take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Mr. Reed to the podium, Mr. Cook to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Alvin Reed, and it's 10/3/1972.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case for 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference October 1st at 8:30, a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Courthouse. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not possess any weapons. All of this will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
No, so I'm not getting, I don't can get released on my own recognizance?
No, sir. You would have to post a bond of $50,000 in order to be released from custody. Anything further?
Nope.
Okay, if you'll take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Mr. Cook to the podium, Ms. Toticini to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Peter Anthony Cook,
And your date of birth?
June the 30th, 1996.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of resisting arrest, passive resistance, a Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of criminal trespass, a Class 3 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference October 1st at 8:30, a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Courthouse. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $7,500. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not possess any weapons. All of this will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
I was trying to see if I can get maybe, because I'm new down here, and I've only been down here maybe 3 days now, and I started work. I work at Circle K. I actually started to work at Circle K. I got hired, supposed to start tomorrow for Circle K in the morning. I work morning shift. I am working at labor mats. I do daily work, and that's afternoon shift. And I was trying to see if I can get maybe a personal. I don't know too much down here. From Detroit, Michigan. All this escalated over $1 on a bus driver, and I also apologize to the bus driver because some stuff's not worth it, especially over $1 for a bus fare. I'm not new. I'm new down here. I'm not from out here.
So you do have a secured bond, meaning you can use a bail bonding company. A bail bonding company is typically going to require 10% plus collateral. If that gets posted, you will be released from custody. However, if it's not posted, you will remain in custody until at least your next hearing.
Okay, yeah, because I don't have the money right now.
Okay, and your next hearing will be on October 1st at 8:30.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Ms. Toticini to the podium. Mr. Paddlety to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
September 5th, 1984.
And your name?
Latoya Toticini.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on 2 cases. The first one is a failure to appear warrant that was issued for you for a pending DUI charge that you have. I'm going to affirm the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you on that case. A direct complaint was also filed against you. It has an offense date of June 9th, 2020, and that is also for 2 counts of aggravated DUI, a Class 4 felony. I'm going to appoint an attorney in that case. You're going to have a status conference October 1st at 8:30, a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30, Those are both going to be in the downtown Superior Courthouse. On the case that you failed to appear at the hearing, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,700. In your direct complaint case, you have a bond of $250. In the event you do post that bond, you will have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You'll also need to ensure that you attend all of your future hearings. If you fail to appear, another warrant will issue, and you'll forfeit any bonds you may have posted. All of this will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
No. So like a total of $3,000 for bond?
Essentially, it's $2,950, but
Yeah.
$50 shy of $3,000 is your total bond.
Okay.
Okay? All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Paddlety to the podium and Francisco Perez to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Carlton Paddlety, 32687.
Thank you, sir. You are here on a new case. It is for 1 count of aggravated domestic violence, a Class 5 felony, and 1 count of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You are going to have a status conference October 1st at 8:30, a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,500. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You may not possess weapons, and you must obey the terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that may be issued against you. All of this is going to be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
If you'd like a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Mr. Francisco Perez to the podium. John Leppold to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Francisco Perez, 10/16/19.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on 3 probation violation warrants that were issued with allegations that you violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 7 of your probation. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a probation revocation hearing October 1st at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $500 in one case, $250 each in the other cases. It's a total bond of $1,000. In the event you do post that bond, you will have written conditions of release. It will include not possessing weapons or alcohol and contacting your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of this will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
No.
Thank you. If you'll take a step to your left, I'll give you that paperwork. John Leopold to the podium and William Schroeder to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
John Peter Leopold Jr., 22791.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you.
It's not.
Hold on, sir. I'll give you an opportunity to speak at the end, okay?
Okay.
It relates to some pending drug charges that you have. I'm going to affirm the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you. You're going to have a status conference October 1st at 8:30, a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Courthouse. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. In the event you do post that bond, you have written conditions of release. Some of those things include not possessing any drugs without a valid prescription. You may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You also need to ensure that you attend all future hearings. If you fail to appear at any hearings, a warrant will issue and you'll forfeit any bonds you posted. Do you have a question?
It's not a question, but it's not even. I didn't even have court yet. I didn't call pretrial services because I don't have a phone. And every time I ask to use someone's phone, they don't allow me to use their phone.
So that's not why this warrant issued.
It's literally a pretrial services warrant. I didn't have court until the 28th and 29th of this month. Literally.
So it looks like you were in custody and you came before this court on September 5th.
Yes.
And you were given a hearing date of September 18th.
No.
So that's what the paperwork that was given to you said.
I was told it was the 28th and 29th of the month.
No, sir. It was September 18th and September 22nd. When you failed to appear at that hearing on September 18th, this warrant issued.
Oh, crap.
So if you post the bond, you'll be released from custody. If you don't, and if you fail to appear, you'll forfeit the bond. If you don't post bond, you'll remain in custody and they'll transport you to that hearing on October 1st.
Of course, I know that.
All right, step to your left, officer will get you that paperwork. William Schroeder to the podium. Dakota Gidley to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
William Schroeder, 10/22/1993.
Thank you, sir. You are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 3, 4, and 5 of your probation. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a probation revocation hearing October 1st at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Just if you could change it, it would be nice. Release is not guaranteed to me, but it would have been kind of, what is it, probable. I don't know. But if that's all final, thank you.
Thank you, sir. If you step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Dakota Gidley to the podium. Lakeisha Brown to the chair.
Good morning, Your Honor.
May I get your name and date of birth?
Dakota Gidley, and September 15th, 1991.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant. You have a pending charge for impersonating a peace officer. I'm going to affirm the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you and give you some new hearings. You have a status conference October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the event you do post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. You may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. And then you'll need to ensure that you attend all of your future hearings. If you fail to appear, another warrant will issue and you'd forfeit any bond you posted. Did you have any questions?
I'm just going to ask the court if I could be released on my own reconnaissance, and I promise to appear in court. I've been on like 12 days now. I've had the same contacts in. I'm about to lose my storage unit in my house.
So it looks like we released you on your own recognizance last time and you
Yes,
failed to appear.
I was homeless at the time, and I apologize deeply. It will not happen again. I've learned my lesson being in here this long.
I indicate that you're here on a page 2. Were you seen for something else by a different judge?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you have a bond on that case?
I do not believe so. I was supposed to be released. That's what I was told of the court. They were doing time served, and they're going to put me on probation.
Officer, do you know if he has a hold from anywhere else?
No, because he's from LBJ,
Okay.
so this just shows his page 2
So,
information.
meaning when you look at that, you don't know if he's serving time or anything like that? Okay.
I have the paperwork here from Scottsdale Court too, if you want to see it. And
So you were here because you were picked up for a Scottsdale court case?
yes, Your Honor.
And did you post a bond or were you?
No, they gave me time served.
How long have you been in custody?
This will be 12 days, I believe, since the 15th on my birthday.
I'm going to look at your case a little bit further. Will you go take a seat in the gallery and I'll call you back up when
Thank you, Your
I
Honor.
have an opportunity.
Thank you.
Can I have Lakeisha Brown to the podium and Lonnie Kroll to the chair? May I get your name and date of birth?
Lakeisha Monet Brown, 10/9/93.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I am appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing October 1st at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, if you'll take a step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Lonnie Kroll to the podium, Julia Miller to the chair. Okay. May I get your name and date of birth?
My name is Lonnie Bucko. Birthday is July 16th, 1982.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I am appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a probation revocation hearing October 1st at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. It does include not possessing weapons or alcohol and contacting your probation officer within 72 hours.
Okay.
All of this will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
No.
If you'll take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Can I have Julia Miller to the podium and Marquise May to the chair? Can I get your name and date of birth?
Julia Miller, and May 12th, 1987.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on 2 cases. The first one is a new case. The other one is a warrant from West McDowell Justice Court. We'll talk about your new case first. You're here for 1 count of driving with a license that was suspended, revoked, or canceled, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of exceeding the posted speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour, a Class 3 misdemeanor. Due to the nature of your charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You will have a hearing in the Desert Ridge Justice Court on October 13th at 1:30 p.m. Your other case, it is a warrant that issued, and it looks like you failed to appear at a hearing related to a charge of exceeding the posted speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour, and that has an offense date of April 27th, 2023. In that case, you're also not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You're going to have an arraignment hearing October 14th at 1:30 in the afternoon. That one will be in the West McDowell Justice Court, so they're in different locations. I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at these hearings. You do have written conditions of release. You may not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. You may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You also need to ensure you attend both of these hearings. If you fail to appear, another warrant will issue and you'll likely be held on bond at the next hearing. Okay. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
If you'll take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork.
Thank you.
Marquise Mays to the podium. Christopher Malloy to the chair. Let me get your name and date of birth.
Marquise Anthony White, May Sr.
And your date of birth?
August 15, 1981.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a warrant at a Peoria Municipal Court. It does look like it relates to a theft charge. Due to the nature of the charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. We'll have an arraignment hearing on October 14th at 9 a.m. in the Peoria Municipal Court.
Okay.
I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at that hearing.
Okay.
You will have written conditions of release. You may not possess drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
Okay.
All of this will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, just step to your left. The officer will get you that paperwork.
All right, thank you.
Christopher Malloy to the podium and Dakota Gidley to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Christopher Malloy, 5975.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you're here on 2 warrants. The first one is from the Apache Junction Municipal Court. It looks like it's relating to failure to pay some fines with an underlying charge of driving with a license that was suspended, revoked, or canceled. Due to the nature of your charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You're going to have an arraignment hearing in the Apache Junction Municipal Court on September 30th at 8:30 in the morning. You have a second warrant on the calendar, and that's from the East Mesa Justice Court. That has an offense date of August 1st, 2024, for 2 counts of DUI, a Class 1 misdemeanor. In that case, I'm going to appoint an attorney and set an arraignment hearing in the East Mesa Justice Court on October 15th at 9 a.m. I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at these hearings. You're going to have written conditions of release. You may not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. You may not possess or consume alcohol, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All of this will be in your paperwork, sir. Do you have any questions?
Did you say that was a misdemeanor and DUI?
Yes, sir. Both of the pending charges that you're here for today are misdemeanor charges.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Thank you.
Okay, just take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork.
These are done, right?
give you just one moment, sorry. I'm just still trying to look at your case. All right, Dakota, if you want to come to the podium. Can you give me your name and date of birth again, sir?
Dakota James Gidley, and September 15th, 1991.
Thank you, sir. I'm just reviewing your case that you have right now. So it looks like you've only had one hearing so far in this case. And I'm just trying to look at some other cases that you have, see if you've failed to appear at any other cases. Looks like you had another case back in 2018, but I don't see any failure to appears on that.
No, this would be the first time, Your Honor, and it was a huge mistake. Fine.
And it looks like you were on probation 2012 and you were discharged in 2013.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to give you some new hearing dates. You're going to have a status conference October 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 13th at 8:30. I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear. But if you fail to appear again, another warrant will issue and you'll be held on bond at the next hearing, okay? All right, please keep your paperwork and make sure you attend those hearings. Please take a seat in the gallery.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then it looks like our last one is just, we'll need the courtroom cleared, so I'll just hang tight until then, okay? Can I get your name and date of birth?
Jason Diaz, January 1st, 2007.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for one count of sexual abuse, a Class 3 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Courthouse. You have a cash bond of $10,000. In the event you post that bond, you're going to be released to the supervision of pretrial services and you'll be equipped with electronic monitoring. You will also have written conditions of release. You may not have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not have contact with any minors. All of this will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Can I make a phone call to my parents? Mother?
Yeah, so in the next step, the officers are going to take you to processing. Will he go to processing?
No, he'll go back.
He'll go back to his cell, and then somebody will come get him?
Yeah.
Okay, and does he have a phone in his
Yeah,
cell?
his phone is there.
Okay, so when you get back there in your cell, there should be a phone in there. You can make calls on that. They are collect calls.
Yeah.
You can call family, friends, or bail bonding companies, okay?
So I will be going home at some point, yes or no?
If you post bond.
Okay, so I just have to wait, okay, so I'll call my mother, let her know about that.
Yeah, so it'll all be on your paperwork. You can let your parents know what's going on.
Get the attorney and
And if
everything.
they post that bond, then you'll be released. Your next hearing is on October 1st. That's the date and time you'll meet with your attorney, okay?
Yeah, okay.
All right, take a step to your left. The officer will get you that paperwork. The remaining cases will proceed as house calls due to being unable to function or a danger to self or others. Case number 15, Lori Deter, date of birth January 21st, 1967, is here on a new case for 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a class 4 felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent her. She will have a status conference October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. She has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. In the event that bond is posted, she has written conditions of release. It does include not possessing any drugs without a valid prescription and not driving a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Case number 14, Trayvon Hales, date of birth January 13th, 1987, is here on a new case for 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a class 4 felony, and 1 count of criminal damage, a class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent him. He will have a status conference October 9th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing October 13th at 8:30. I am releasing him to the supervision of pretrial services. He does have written conditions of release. It does include no uninvited contact with the alleged victim. All of this information will be included in his paperwork. If anything changes after I meet with these parties, I will update the written record. This does conclude our 2 a.m. calendar, and we will now stand in recess until 5 a.m.
He's a teenage kid, and he's not running anyways, but.
You guys just want time before I call her in?
We're good whenever you are.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, yeah.
She's on her way.
So yeah, you don't have to worry about us. Just, we work around you guys.
Thank you.
There's two towns. I gotta get one more guy. All right.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good morning. This is the time set for the 5 a.m. initial appearance calendar on September 25th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that was given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I'll call you each one at a time to the podium. I'll let you know what you were here for, if I have appointed an attorney, if you have a bond, and what your release conditions are. If we can start with Gerard Seegers to the podium and Mr. Martinez to the chair.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. May I get your name and date of birth?
Gerard Seegers, 3662.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for 3 counts of burglary in the 3rd degree, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, and 3 counts of possession of burglary tools, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a couple of hearings in the downtown Superior Courthouse, starting with a status conference October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. You do have a cash bond of $150,000. In the event that bond is posted, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services and equipped with electronic monitoring. You will also have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not have contact with any co-defendants. All of this will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Yes, I was going to ask you, I never had a failure to appear on none of my cases. Actually, this court within the last year and a half, 2 years ago, allowed me to come in to fight a case and then release me on my own recognizance to go to Colorado to fight a case and then come back to take care of this, what I had a matter that was set here. Throughout all my time that ever had criminal activity, I never had a failure to appear in none of my cases whatsoever. So I was asking courts, can they be lenient, at least with the bond, or allow me to have my own recognizance since this low fellas account. If you would look at what the judge here in this court building had done for me, you were saying that I have done everything in order to put myself in a position to honor the release that I had. I've been in Arizona 16, 17 years. I own a house out here. When I don't own it, but I have a mortgage payment on it and everything. And if you look through my history, you would say I never had a failure to appear on none of these cases I ever had, ever.
So I did review your criminal history, and the paperwork I got did indicate that you have had 2 failures to appear. Further, it indicated that you have been convicted of 9 felonies.
That's
and I
true.
also reviewed the allegations in this case, and you are facing some serious charges here. And so that is why the bond has been set the way it has been. It will remain today. You will meet with your attorney at the next hearing on October 1st. And if they feel like at that time it's appropriate to make a motion to the court to modify these release conditions, they can do so. If you do post that bond, you do need to ensure you attend all of your hearings, because if you do fail to appear at any of them, a warrant will issue for your failure to appear, and you would forfeit any bond you posted.
Yeah. Can I ask what 2 ones I had a failure to appear on?
So I just get a total. My report gives me a total, and it says that you have 2 failures to appear.
That must have been 1980 something.
Yeah, it doesn't give me specific, it doesn't give me that specific. It just simply says that you failed to appear at 2 hearings.
Oh, wow.
If you will step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Martinez to the podium, and Mr. Jones to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Prasiliano Martinez, 7/2/1983.
Thank you, sir. You are here on a new case. It is for 2 counts of aggravated assault involving a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, a Class 3 felony, 4 counts of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of assault, a Class 3 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. I got to reprint this one. I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you and give you a couple of hearings in the downtown Superior Courthouse. You have a status conference October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100,000. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not possess any weapons. All of this will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, step to your left. Actually, sit in the gallery. They'll bring you your paperwork in just a moment.
Thank you.
Mr. Jones to the podium, Mr. Waller to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Calvin Jones, 4/1/1985.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case for 1 count of armed robbery, a Class 2 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference October 1st at 8:30, a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. In the event you do post that bond, you will have written conditions of release. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not possess any weapons. All of this information will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
So I won't be getting released today?
Not without posting bond, sir.
All right.
All right, if you'll step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Mr. Waller to the podium, Mr. Johnston to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Sean Sims, 6667.
All right, I do note in here that you use the name Sean Sims as well as Eric Waller. It does indicate that after doing some fingerprinting, you did match to the name Eric Waller, so I am going to proceed with this hearing under the name Mr. Waller with an alias of Sean Sims. You are here today on a new case. It is for 1 count of burglary, a Class 4 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Courthouse. In this case, you do have a cash bond of $100,000. In the event you post that bond, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services, and you will be equipped with electronic monitoring. You also have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not have contact with any co-defendants or possess any weapons. All of this will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
No.
If you'll step to your left, sir, they'll give you that paperwork. Mr. Johnston to the podium, Mr. Brackett, or Miss Brackett to the chair.
Hello, Your Honor.
Can I get your name and date of birth?
Justin Johnston, 12/21/2000.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. I have reviewed the allegations in this case as well as the victim statement, and I do have some concerns regarding the safety for the community as well as the alleged victim in this case. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime. You may not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not possess any weapons. You also must obey the terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that is issued against you. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yes, is there any way I can be released on my own reconnaissance? This is a first offense case, I don't know what, I just wanted to go home and work and not, I know I had an order of protection, I got served it, I wasn't making contact or trying to make contact anyways,
So you're not here for violating an order of protection, sir. The allegations indicate that you seriously injured the alleged victim in this case. And so you're here on a charge for aggravated assault. And so I will not be releasing you on your own recognizance. You will have to post a secured appearance bond of $50,000.
How do I post a secured appearance bond?
When you get to the next step, the officers will take you to processing. They'll give you instructions on how to do that. Ms. Brackett to the podium. Mr. Townsend to the chair.
Hello, how are you today?
May I get your name and date of birth?
Alejandriana Beckett, 02/20/05.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here today on a new case. It is for 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 2 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Courthouse. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $20,000. In the event you do post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You may not possess weapons, and you must obey the terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that may be issued against you. All of this will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
I do. Does that mean I'm not leaving?
If you do not post a bond of $20,000, that is correct. You will remain in custody.
And you're saying I can't go back to my home?
Does the alleged victim live at that home?
Yeah, but he wants me there.
Unfortunately, because there is an alleged victim in this case and there was a dangerous instrument involved.
Hold
on, ma'am. Wait till I'm done speaking. Because of that, you will not be able to return to that location. If you do live there, I will include some instructions in here that you can contact law enforcement for one civil standby to collect any personal belongings you may need, but you may not return there without the police presence. If you do return there without the police presence, you could face another Class 6 felony charge for violating these orders.
Okay. I do have more questions. You read the case, yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Did it state that, you know, when I was being arrested, he didn't even want me to go? And that his bond is going to be his money because he's going to bond me out?
So you're not allowed to have any contact with him at this time, so you cannot reach out to him to post this bond. That is a violation of this order if you were to do that, ma'am.
Okay.
I did read the allegations in this case, and it does include that there was a weapon involved in this case, so I do have some concerns regarding the alleged victim.
I just don't understand how me reacting to abuse, why am I in trouble?
So I wasn't the one that arrested you. I don't know how they determined whether or not you or him should be arrested. I don't even know if he was arrested under the circumstances. However, if you guys are involved in some domestic violence, which you're indicating to me you are, it's probably best that you guys separate and go your separate ways. So I am going to hold the orders in place that you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim in this case. Okay, ma'am?
For no contacting, how do I contact his grandma if I don't have her number? She lives with us and I need to get a hold of her.
I don't know. If you don't have her number, I don't know how you will do that.
Okay.
You may need to contact your family and see if they can do that for you, but I don't know how you will get her number. If you take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Mr. Townsend to the podium. Mr. Haynes to the chair.
What's the name?
Mr. Townsend, and then Mr. Haynes to the chair. I think the order got mixed up, so I think he's close to the end, but he shouldn't have been. May I get your name and date of birth?
Thomas Townsend.
Oh, no, wrong Townsend, I'm sorry, we've got two of them. I'm looking for Alexander Townsend.
Okay.
Sorry, Thomas Townsend, you'll be up in just a moment. May I get your name and date of birth?
Alexander Townsend, 12763.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on a new case. It is for 2 counts of burglary, a Class 4 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference October 1st at 8:30, a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Courthouse. You have a cash bond of $150,000. In the event you post that bond, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services and equipped with electronic monitoring. Hold on, sir. I'll give you an opportunity to speak in just one moment. You have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You may not have any contact with any co-defendants, and you may not possess any weapons. All of this is going to be in your paperwork. Did you have a question, sir?
Yes, that bond, can it go through a bail bondsman?
It is cash only, so you would have to post the full $150,000.
The full $150,000?
Yes, sir. I have been told some bail bonding companies will work with you to do a cash bond, so you can contact them. I just don't know what the terms and conditions would be.
Okay, all right.
All right, if you'll step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a quick recess to handle a case, and I'll resume the calendar. Okay. Can I have Mr. Haynes to the podium and Mr. Malik to the chair? May I get your name and date of birth?
Richard Haynes, 10/8/80.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for 1 count of aggravated assault, Class 4 felony, 1 count of shoplifting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not possess any weapons. All of this will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
No.
You can take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Mr. Malik to the podium. Mr. Dunn to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Adam Malik, 050689.
It looks like you are here on 3 cases. It looks like they're all probation violation warrants that were issued for allegations that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I am appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a probation revocation hearing October 1st at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,250 in one case, $250 in another case, and $100 in the last case. It's a total bond of $1,600. In the event you post that bond, you do have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
In the event that I do not post on bond, how long is the sentence hold?
So you haven't been sentenced as it relates to the probation revocation. You will have a probation revocation hearing on October 1st, and they may also be able to finalize whatever that will look like, whether or not they reinstate you to probation or whether or not you're sentenced to anything. So you'll find out what that looks like on October 1st.
Okay, so
the minimum you'd
I'll
stay
be
here is
here.
until October 1st if you don't post bond.
okay,
Okay? Just up to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Mr. Dunn to the podium, Ms. Spalding to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Daniel Dunn, 9385.
Thank you, sir. It looks like you are here on 2 cases. You're here on a new case as well as a probation violation warrant. Your new case is for 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a class 4 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. Your other case is a probation violation warrant alleging you violated terms 4, 5, and 15. I'm appointing an attorney in that case as well. You have a probation revocation hearing and status conference on October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. In your probation case, you have a bond of $1,250, and your new charges, it's $50. Total bond of $1,300. In the event you do post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of this will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, if you take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Ms. Spalding to the podium, Ms. Perez to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
It's Denise Spalding, August 21st, 1983.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on 4 cases. You're on here for a new charge as well as your 3 probation cases. Your new charge is for 2 counts of criminal trespass, a class 6 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a class 6 felony. When you're picked up for a new offense while on probation, it is a term 1 violation. I am finding probable cause and appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference and a probation revocation hearing October 1st at 8:30. You have a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $250 in each case for a total bond of $1,000. In the event that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of this will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
I did. I actually, I know you guys don't care about the case. I have to talk about that at the next court appearance. I'm actually set to go to Purpose Healing. And I was told by a maintenance guy I could stay where I was staying. The property management did not. Anyway, they were not able to contact him to verify that. So anyway, I would very much like to go to Purpose Healing. They have a bed for me. I'm wondering if I can please be released so I can do that. That has been set up with my son. He is giving me a ride there. That is something I would very much like to do. I've been doing really well. I've never gotten charges before while on probation. I've had failure to check in because I'm homeless and I've had a hard time keeping up with a phone. Anyway, my son, I was just released because I had the warrant for failure to check in. My son picked me up. We contacted Purpose Healing. They have a bed. I just had to reinstate my insurance because it was taken away when I was in jail last time. I'm wondering if there's please a way that I could please, this bed is here, it's ready for me. I've been in, my son, everybody is on board with this. I've been doing so good to get this set up. I would hate to try to go backwards right now. I'm asking if I could please go and have my son take me to the Purpose Healing with the bed.
So, ma'am, I did review your criminal history along with the allegations in this case. You're currently on probation in 3 cases, and while on probation, you were picked up for a new offense.
Right.
And so that's why you will be held on bond. You're not complying with your probation, and you are not. You've committed a new offense, and now you're here charged again with a new offense. So that is why I have set a bond. It is a secured appearance bond. The total amount is $1,000. If you go through a bail bonding company, that's typically going to be 10% plus collateral. If you'll please step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Ms. Perez to the podium. Mr. Santos to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Vanessa Perez, April 22nd, 1991.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a new case as well as 2 probation cases. Your new case is for 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. Because you're currently on probation, it is a Term 1 violation when you're picked up for a new offense. I am finding probable cause and appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference and a probation revocation hearing on October 1st at 8:30. You also have a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250 in each of your probation cases and a $50 charge on your new case. That's a total bond of $550. In the event you post that bond, you will have written conditions of release. You may not possess any weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions? You just take a step to your left. The officer will get you that paperwork. Mr. Santos to the podium. Mr. Ostermiller to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Jesse Santos, March 18, 1983.
Thank you, sir. You are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 3, 5, 7, and 15. I'm appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing October 1st at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All of this is in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yes, I have a job that I have to go to.
Yeah.
I was already trying to get all my things together, and I was about to reach out to my probation officer recently, and I wanted to know if there was a way that I could contact them and let them know that I'm in custody, because I was supposed to start work. I was supposed to get go to Cricket to go get a cell phone so that I could work for them. And this was all supposed to happen yesterday.
Are you asking if you can contact your new employer?
Yes, or if my employer could contact my probation officer so she could let them know that I'm supposed to start working. I've been getting clean and trying to get everything together, because I was really doing bad, and I relapsed, and I was trying to get everything together. And this person, my employer, is the one that's been trying to help me and trying to get off, helping me with getting off and getting me employed and trying to get my life together,
Your probation officer will be informed that you were picked up on this. As far as your employer, you'll be given access to a telephone in the back. However, you can only make collect calls. So your employer would have to accept those collect calls. Otherwise, you may want to contact a family or friend to contact your employer for you.
How do I contact my probation officer?
The phone number is in the paperwork they're about to give you,
Okay.
so you can call them as well. when you get to the back, when you have access to telephones.
Okay.
Okay? If you take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork.
Thank you.
Mr. Ostermiller to the podium, and Mr. Thomas Townsend to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Yes, Scott Ostermiller, December 2nd, 1964.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a probation revocation hearing October 1st at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. In the event you post that bond, you do have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
If you'll take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Mr. Townsend to the podium. May I get your name and date of birth?
Thomas Townsend, 2284.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case for 1 count of resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. My notes indicate that you have a couple of warrants with the City of Phoenix. Have you seen the City of Phoenix judge yet?
No.
Okay, so you'll likely see that judge at 10 o'clock this morning. So I don't know what's going to happen with the City of Phoenix. I don't know if you're going to be given bonds, if you're going to remain in custody, if you're going to be released. So I'm going to give you the option here today. I can release you today on this case on your own recognizance, but then if you get held by the Phoenix court, you may end up missing the hearings that I give you, and then you would have a failure to appear warrant. In the alternative, I could place a $50 bond on this case, and then once you know what's going to happen with the City of Phoenix, you can determine whether or not you want to post that or not. But the risk you're taking is if you don't bond out or get released by the City of Phoenix, you may miss the hearing dates I'm about to give you.
Let me take the OR.
Okay. So you're going to have a status conference October 9th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing October 13th at 8:30. Again, you'll need to ensure you attend those hearings. If you fail to appear, a warrant will issue. You have written conditions of release. You may not possess drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
So I have to wait till 10 o'clock to get released?
You have to ask the officers. Presumably, you're on the 10 o'clock calendar. They run it at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. You'll have to ask them which calendar you're on for the City of Phoenix Court.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Will you mute my microphone for a moment?
Hi, this is Commissioner Huckabee calling regarding the warrant submitted for Mr. Fowler this morning. Do you swear or affirm that the information contained in your affidavit of warrant is accurate to the best of your personal knowledge, information, and belief? Thank you so much. I think I granted that vote to you. You too, thank you. Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Dempsey to the podium, please. May I get your name and date of birth?
Albert Dempsey, 6/20/1976.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on a new case. It is for 10 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, a Class 2 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. Those will both take place in the downtown Superior Courthouse. You have a cash bond of $150,000. In the event you post that bond, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services and equipped with electronic monitoring. You will also have written conditions of release. You may not initiate contact with the arresting officers. You may not have contact with any minors, and you are prohibited from accessing the internet through any electronic means. All of this will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
I listened in earlier, and I think my only question is I'm not sure how bonds work. I know that's not your forte, but a cash bond is different from other bonds, meaning no 10%. That would be a full $150,000 cash bond. Is that correct?
Correct. It's not secured, which would
You
typically
answered
be
my
the
question.
10%.
Thank you, miss.
All right, if you step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The remaining case will proceed as a house call due to being a danger to self or others. Jesus Valenzuela, date of birth September 19th, 1995. He is here on a probation violation warrant with allegations he violated terms 3 and 5. I'm appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing on October 1st at 8:30. He has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the event that bond is posted, he has written conditions of release. He may not possess weapons or alcohol, and he must contact his probation officer within 72 hours of release. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. This does conclude our 5 a.m. calendar, and we will stand in recess until 2 a.m. Where I will ask you for your first and last name and your date of birth.
Primero voy a estarles llamando por su nombre uno por uno y les voy a preguntar su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento.
I will then tell you why you are here today.
Les voy a decir el motivo por el cual están aquí el día de hoy.
I will then tell you whether or not an attorney has been appointed to represent you.
Después les voy a informar si se les ha asignado o no a un abogado para su caso.
And I will let you know what your upcoming court dates will be.
Y les voy a decir cuáles van a ser sus próximas audiencias.
I will then advise you as to what your bond will be if you are eligible for bond.
Después les voy a decir cuál es su fianza si es que tienen disponibilidad, si es que se les ha asignado una fianza.
And then I will advise you of your release conditions.
Y después les voy a decir cuáles son sus medidas cautelares.
Some of you may have some questions while I'm providing this advisement.
Algunos de ustedes tal vez tengan preguntas mientras les estoy dando la información de esta notificación.
First, I'd ask that you please not interrupt me.
Pero les voy a pedir de favor que no me interrumpan.
You will be permitted to ask your questions after the advisement is completed.
Se les va a permitir hacer las preguntas que tengan una vez que haya terminado con la notificación.
You are cautioned to keep your questions directed towards your release conditions.
Pero se les sugiere que las preguntas que hagan sean básicamente sobre sus medidas cautelares.
This is a recorded proceeding.
Porque esta es una audiencia que está siendo grabada.
And anything that you say here could be used against you.
Y cualquier cosa que digan en esta audiencia podría ser usado en su contra.
Therefore, any questions or statements about your case should be directed towards your attorney.
Y es por eso que es mejor que cualquier pregunta que tengan en cuanto a situaciones específicas de su caso, se las hagan a su abogado.
The first person that I'm going to call to the podium is Davis Lopez.
La primera persona que quiero que pase al podium es Davis López.
I think they added something. They added a number 31, but there's nothing connected to it. Okay. Mr. Lopez, before we get started, I would recommend that you put a finger over one of your ears so that you can hear okay. Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Es Davis Eliud Espinosa López. 7-15-83.
Davis Eliud Espinosa López, 7/15/1983.
You are here today on a new case. You have been charged with the following: 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony. 1 count of transporting or selling a narcotic drug for sale, a Class 2 felony. 1 count of managing or financing a criminal syndicate, a Class 2 felony. 1 count of conspiracy, a Class 2 felony. 1 count of possession of a weapon during a drug offense, a Class 4 felony. And 1 count of possession of a weapon during by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause as to all of these charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on October 1st at 8:30. And you will have a preliminary hearing on October 3rd at 8:30. You have a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $250,000. If you are able to post bond, you will be released on electronic monitoring, and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or appearing for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left.
No.
The officer will give you your paperwork. Renee Lopez Espinosa, will you please come to the podium?
René López Espinosa, si gusta pasar al podium, por favor.
Mr. Espinosa, if you will put one finger over your ear, it'll help you to hear better while I'm talking and the interpreter is translating.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Sí.
Okay. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
René Fernando López Espinosa, 17 octubre 92.
René Fernando López Espinosa, October 17, 1992.
Sir, you are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of possession of a narcotic drug for sale, a Class 2 felony. 1 count of transporting narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony. Managing or financing a criminal syndicate, a Class 2 felony. Possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony. And possession of a weapon during a drug offense. I did find probable cause as to all of these charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on October 1st at 8:30, and a preliminary hearing on October 3rd at 8:30. You have a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $250,000. If you are able to post bond, you'll be released on electronic monitoring. And you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date will result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Brody Gonzalez, will you please come to the podium?
Brody González, por favor, si gusta pasar al podio.
No tienes el...
Mr. Gonzalez, you might want to put one finger over your ear that doesn't have the headset over it to assist you with hearing me better. Do you want to put your finger over the ear, this ear, the one that doesn't have the...
Right, the call dropped, Mr. Wilson has to call back.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Gonzalez, you might want to put a finger over your ear that does not have the headset over it to help you hear me better. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Brody Santiago Vega González, el 28 de septiembre del 88.
Brody Santiago Vega González, September 28, 1988.
Sir, you were here on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of criminal trespass in the first degree, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to that charge, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on October 9th at 8:30, and a preliminary hearing on October 13th at 8:30. I am going to release you to pretrial services, which means that you will be released back into the community, but that release will be supervised. You do have to promise to appear for your court dates. Do you promise to appear for your court dates?
Sí.
Yes.
You have the following release conditions. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in a warrant issuing for your arrest, and a bond would likely be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Wilson, before I let you go, can you inquire as to whether anybody else is in need of your services?
Yes, Your Honor. ¿Habrá alguna otra persona que requiera los servicios de intérprete en español?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. You may be excused. Have a good morning.
You too. Thank you, Your Honor.
Roman Morales, will you please come to the podium? And Roxana Carubias, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Roman Morales, 0609-2006.
Excuse me. You are here this morning on a new case. You were charged with 2 counts of discharging a firearm at a residence, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of a drive-by shooting, a Class 2 felony, 6 counts of aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, 6 counts of endangerment, a Class 6 felony, 7 counts of disorderly conduct involving a weapon or dangerous instrument, a Class 6 felony, and 2 counts of discharging a firearm within a city limit, a Class 6 felony. The date of these alleged offenses is July 21st, 2024 and May 26th, 2024. I did find probable cause as to all the charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 3rd at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100,000. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crimes, and you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victims, nor can you possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I have to advise you about this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Ms. Carubias, if you'll please come to the podium, and Humberto Castillo, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Roxana Covarrubias, January 7th, 1993.
You are here today because a warrant was issued for your arrest when you failed to appear for a court date. An attorney was already appointed to represent you in this matter. You will have a status conference hearing on October 1st at 8:30 and October 3rd at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $4,000 pursuant to the warrant. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court dates. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
Mr. Castillo, will you please come to the podium? And Salvador Bonilla, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Humberto Castillo?
Just making it this way for you. Up here, bud. Humberto?
That's not Humberto sitting in the chair.
Humberto Castillo.
Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Humberto Castillo, 12/11/93.
You were here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of criminal trespass of a residential structure, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of criminal damage or defacement, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. Prior to the hearing, the court did review a victim impact statement, that the court did consider the victim's concerns and wishes as part of making a determination on the appropriate release conditions. You will have a status conference hearing on October 1st at 8:30, and you will have a preliminary hearing on October 3rd at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000. If you are able to post bond, you'll be released on electronic monitoring. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions, if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a class 6 felony. I do have to make a change. I forgot to add that language.
There's gonna be another change.
10,000 for...
I'm not done. Okay. Thank you. So if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date will result in the loss of any bond that you post, and a warrant would issue for your arrest. An additional bond could be imposed. That takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. It sounds like you have a question for me.
Yeah, miss, there's no way I can afford $10,000, and I have a job. I have things I'm gonna lose that I've been working for. That I can't afford that. There's no way I can afford that.
Sir, that's not my concern. I made a probable cause finding that you went to your ex-girlfriend's house.
That is my house, though. That's not my ex-girlfriend's house. It's my house.
So you're now going to argue with me, and I'm explaining to you why I issued my order. So I can explain it to you, or you can go ahead and be excused. Mr. Bonilla, if you'll please come to the podium. Mr. Watkins, can you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Salvador Bonilla Tafoya and 4696.
What did you say your last name was?
Bonilla Tafoya.
Okay. You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of assault with intent to injure, a class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of disorderly conduct, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have an arraignment hearing on October 1st at 8:30. I do need to make a change to this one too. I'm so sorry. Okay, the correction has been made. I did find probable cause as to both counts. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have an arraignment hearing on October 1st at 8:30. You have a cash-only bond in the amount of $2,500. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that have been issued, you must comply with those orders. You cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim. You will be permitted 1 civil standby with local law enforcement to assist you in collecting your essential belongings. Please be advised that if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest. An additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please talk to your left officer, we'll give you your paperwork.
Is there a condition that I could get out free without paying today?
No, sir, I will let you know the reason why. I'm imposing the bond and the type of bond that I'm imposing on you. I did consider your criminal history. You have a history of domestic violence. You've been, I believe, convicted of at least 2 domestic violence counts, and I know that you've been arrested a few times for domestic violence. What was very concerning to me on the facts that I reviewed, of which I found probable cause, is the allegation that you strangled the victim. Typically, when there's strangulation, that leads to a person normally being charged with a felony offense because that's how serious and that's how dangerous it is. So I am concerned about the safety of the victim based on your history and what has occurred, for which I found probable cause on. So to ensure the safety of the victim, I believe that a bond is appropriate here, and I'm not willing to lessen that based on all the information that I considered.
So I could fight my case and say what I have to say about that.
An attorney has been appointed to represent you.
In the
You
hearing?
haven't been found guilty of anything here today. I just made a probable cause finding, which means that there was enough information for me to believe that you did do what was alleged. When you go further on into this case, you have an attorney, you can take it to trial, and whatever the outcome will be at that point, that's what it'll be. But as of today, I just needed to make a probable cause finding, which I did find.
How much was it?
$2,500 cash.
Oh, okay.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Mr. Watkins, Jr., if you'll please come to the podium, and Matthew Oliver, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Arthur Watkins, 8/25/84.
Thank you. You were here today because a warrant was issued when you failed to appear for a court date. An attorney was already appointed to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference hearing on October 2nd at 8:30. The warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. If you fail to appear, another warrant would issue for your arrest. You would lose the bond that you've posted, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about this morning. If you don't have any questions for me.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I checked online and all of it was dismissed.
I don't know what you were looking at. This case has not been dismissed. It looks like you haven't gone to sentencing, so this has not been dismissed.
Okay.
And I believe that, according to what I reviewed, you were actually set to, it looks like you were set to go to trial and you did not appear for the pretrial conference in March. And then another warrant was issued in June because you still had not appeared, and in June your trial was vacated because you did not appear.
Okay.
So that's where you are at today.
Yes, ma'am.
And this was in 2023. So these are not this is from 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Is that it?
Yep, that's it, unless you have any other questions. Matthew Oliver, will you please come to the podium? And Justin Medina, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Well, sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Matthew James Oliver, August 3rd, 1972.
You are here today because you have a warrant out of West McDowell Justice Court. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a arraignment hearing on September 30th at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $627. If you are able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you appear for your court date. Failure to appear would result in the loss of any bond that you posted. Another warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
I do, if you don't mind. You did not mention the date of the allegation.
The date of the allegation was April 11th, 2019.
Since then, I have endeavored to clear up every single one of the outstanding warrants I had from that time frame, and this one was unknown to me. I'm here essentially on a paperwork error. Can this be just left alone? I certainly don't have $600 to get back to work today.
So the issue is, the reason why because typically I will give people an opportunity to take care. I'm looking at your case history of this. You failed to appear on June, looks like you failed to appear in June of 2019. And these warrants kept going out for failure to appear for, this is also a pre-adjudication warrant, which means but you never appeared to take care of this case. And it's been pending since April of 2019.
I understand.
So typically, like when matters are pending that long and a warrant was issued because a person failed to appear, I impose, this is the warrant that was issued by that court, and this is the bond that they set. And given the age of this case, I believe that it is appropriate.
I would agree, except that you would seen that I had endeavored to take care of every.
I would not see that. I just have a.
That's a shame.
So I don't know what you've endeavored, and I don't know if you have multiple courts that you've had issues with. I'm only seeing the history of the docket for this particular court, West McDowell Justice Court. So that is the reason for the imposition of the warrant. So you will have court if you're not able to postpone. It's secured appearance, which means it's 10% of $627. So you're looking at about $62.
Thank you.
Plus collateral. Okay, that's it. You may be excused. Mr. Medina, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Wallace, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Hello, Mr. Medina. Will you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Justin Robert Medina, 822 of 83.
You are here today because you have 2 probation violation warrants. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in both matters. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 2nd at 8:30. Each of your warrants has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So your total secured appearance bond is $1,000. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would again issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Wallace, will you please come to the podium? And Linton Gray, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Well, sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Terry Wallace, 12/8/89.
You are here today because a warrant was issued when you failed to appear for a court date. An attorney was already appointed to represent you in this matter. You have a status conference hearing on October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 3rd at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500 per the warrant. If you are able to post bond, you need to appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of today. If you have no questions for me.
No.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Linton, if you will please, Mr. Linton Gray, if you will please come to the podium. And Christina Porzillo, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Good morning, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Linton Gray, July 8th, 1995.
You are here this morning for multiple matters. You have 2 direct complaints that were filed. You have 1 new case and you have 1 probation violation warrant. So I'm first going to start with the new case where you were charged with 1 count of possession of a narcotic drug, a class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to both charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a status conference hearing on October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 3rd at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. As to your first direct complaint, you were charged with possession of a narcotic drug, a class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. The date of those alleged offenses is June 8th, 2025. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter. You will have a status conference hearing on October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 3rd at 8:30. The direct complaint had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. Your second direct complaint charged you with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of a narcotic drug, a class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. The date of those alleged offenses is December 24th of 2024. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter as well. And again, you have a status conference hearing on October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 3rd at 8:30. and that direct complaint had a secured appearance bond, in the amount of $500. Then your probation violation warrant, I appointed an attorney to represent you in that matter. You have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 2nd at 8:30, and that warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So between all 4 of your cases, your total secured appearance bond is $2,000. If you are able to post bond, you cannot possess any weapons. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would again issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. So this takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Thank you. Ms. Porzio, if you'll please come to the podium, and Sean Kinney, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door.
Good morning.
Good morning. Excuse me. Good morning. Could you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Christina Ashley Porzio, 21185.
You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant and you have a new case. On the new case, you were charged with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to both counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 3rd at 8:30. As to your probation, for your probation violation warrant, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 2nd at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. Your total secured appearance bond between the 2 cases is $750. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for all of your court dates. You cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, feel step to your left, officer.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Kinney, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Martinez, Edwin Martinez, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
First name Sean Kenny. First name Sean, last name Kenny. Date of birth is 4/22/75.
You are here today because you have 2 warrants that were issued when you failed to appear for a court date. An attorney was already appointed to represent you in both of those matters. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 2nd at 8:30. Each of your warrants had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $150, so your total secured appearance bond is $300. If you're able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would again issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. If you have no questions for me, feel step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork.
Yes, ma'am. So the burglary warrant, that had been taken care of 2 years ago. I don't know why that one came back up again.
It's a violation of probation. A probation violation warrant was issued on August 15th of 2025. The reason why a violation of probation warrant was issued was because it looked like you were not compliant with probation. It appears that you did not, it looks like you had not checked in with your probation officer. You had not maintained contact as you were supposed to. The last time that I'm looking at your probation, and these warrants are rather dated. I'm looking at the PTRs that were filed. Hold on 1 second. So the original issue was that a violation of probation petitions were filed in 2 of your cases. You went to court dates were set, and then on August 15th, you had a hearing, and you failed to appear for that hearing, and that is why the warrants were issued. And it looks like you potentially, because it says that trial dates were canceled. So you appeared for something, and perhaps it was set for trial, and you did not appear for your pretrial conference. So that is why you are here.
The last, when I got bonded out the last time, which was about a month and a half ago, I do believe, or about a month ago, I went down to the Maricopa County Superior Court at the probation court downstairs. I checked in and I sat there, and the person at the front desk said,
okay, we're going to go ahead and stop, because you're talking about whatever happened at probation and whatever happened with your bond. These are two separate things. The reason why these warrants were issued is that you failed to appear for a court date. That's the only reason why you were here. You had court dates that you did not appear for.
Your Honor, if I may, that date that I was supposed to show up for, I did show up. I checked in at the front desk, and I sat there until 5:30 p.m., and nobody ever came and got me. Nobody ever called me. And I sat there, and I had to be escorted out of the courtroom, or out of the hearing area, because
an attorney was appointed to represent you, and you never contacted your attorney?
I did, Your Honor, and the lady there at the front desk said, we let your lawyer know that you're here. Go ahead and have a seat.
I'm not talking about that. You said that you were escorted out of court.
Because
I'm just letting you know right now, you can say whatever, but there's also a certain amount of accountability that you have. When you come to this court, you get your release conditions, and on that paperwork, it tells you what office is representing you. So if you went to court and nobody came and got you, and you never met with your attorney, and your paperwork tells you who your attorney is or what office that is with, that you never contacted that office, because you could have contacted your attorney, and your attorney could have done something, and you didn't do that.
I did, Your Honor. I went down to...
Well, at this point, I just don't. The facts say something differently, because I know that if you had contacted your attorney, because I have seen instances where that has happened, and attorneys file motions to ask that the warrants be quashed. They give the information as to what happened, and the warrants are taken care of. I see nothing that's been filed here by your attorney. Nothing.
Wow.
So I don't believe there's anything more for us to discuss. If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork, and I suggest you keep up with it so that you continue to have the phone numbers for the office that is representing you in this matter.
Okay.
Edwin Martinez, will you please come to the podium?
Hello.
Yep. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Edwin Lorenzo Martinez. My date of birth is August 1st, 2007.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with one count of exceeding the posted speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour, Class 1 misdemeanor. One count of reckless driving, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and driving without a valid driver's license, also a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to all three counts, and due to the nature of the charge, you are not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You do have an arraignment hearing on October 14th at 8:30. I am going to release you on your own recognizance today. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear for your court date?
Yes, I promise.
Mr. Martinez, I will tell you that I was weighing whether or not I should impose a bond on you, because according to the probable cause statement, you have never had a driver's license. So not only were you driving without a license, but I made a probable cause finding that you were driving recklessly, and according to the probable cause statement, you were driving over 100 miles per hour. It looks like you're really trying not to smile, or you think that this is funny.
No, I'm not trying to smile.
This is not funny. And it's very serious, because you could hurt somebody. And the point of having a driver's license means that you receive the appropriate education about the privilege and the responsibility of having a driver's license. You get education regarding how to be a safe driver. So you bypassed all of that and you were on the road going over 100 miles per hour and driving recklessly. So I don't know how you were going to get yourself to court, but somebody better drop you off. You better not be driving, because that's one of my release conditions, is that you are not to be driving without a valid driver's license. Are we clear?
Yes.
So failure to comply with the release conditions or failing to appear for your court date will result in a warrant issuing for your arrest, and a bond will be imposed. And if it comes before me, I will impose the bond. So that takes care of everything that we have to talk about today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your last officer, we'll give you your paperwork.
I had a question. Would it be, what's it called? What is it called when they pull your license all the way to until I'm 21? Is that happening to me or no?
That's what you have to go to court for. You're being charged with these things,
Okay.
and then you will go to court, and whatever that judge decides, that's what the outcome will be.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Sanchez, if you'll please come to the podium. Merwin? Come to the podium, sir. Can you state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Melvin Johnson, November 1st, 1976.
Did you say your birthday was November 1st, 1976?
Yes.
You are here today because you have a warrant out of North Valley Justice Court. Due to the nature of the charge, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You do have an arraignment hearing on October 14th at 9 a.m. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance today. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear for your court date?
Say it again. Do I have a promise? I will be there in my court date.
If you fail to appear for your court date, another warrant will issue for your arrest. I reviewed the case card for this matter, and this looks like it was your first time failing to appear, and this was just recently issued. The warrant did have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $545. If you fail to appear for your court date and another warrant is issued, then I will impose, me or whoever else is here will likely impose that bond. So you do need to make sure that you show up to your court date.
So, I have nobody to bond me on my,
I'm releasing you without bond. If you don't show up to your court date and another warrant issues, you will have a bond. So if you know that you don't have anybody to bond you out, it would probably be in your best interest to make sure that you show up to your court date.
Okay.
All right? All right, if you'll step to your left, officer is going to give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Who's charging me for the aggravated assault?
Nobody is charging you with aggravated. This is a warrant.
Yeah, but I don't know the case of aggravated assault. I did not.
Okay, so right now, you're talking yourself into a bond.
Well, who charged me for the aggravated assault?
No one charged you with anything. Go sit down.
Oh, why?
How they think you're going, you're really trustee in the back row.
Mr. Neal, will you please come to the podium? Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Neil Sample 12-9-93.
You were here today for two matters. You have one new case, and then you have a warrant out of Texas. We're going to first talk about your new case. You were charged with one count of possession of narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony, and one count of dangerous drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony. I did find probable cause as to both counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 3rd at 8:30, and you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to appear for your court dates or failure to comply with your release conditions will result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. As to your warrant out of the state of Texas, there is a warrant for your arrest, which causes you to be a fugitive of justice. As a fugitive of justice, you have the right to have an extradition hearing. You have the right to hire an attorney at your own expense. One would not be appointed to you because this is a civil matter more than it is a criminal one. In your particular instance, you would not be entitled to bond because your arrest warrant is for a probation violation. An extradition requires the governor's warrant to be signed by both the governor here in Arizona and the governor in Texas. That process can take between 60 and 90 days. Am I boring you?
No, I got a question though.
Okay, well, just allow me to finish.
Yeah, I was just thinking in my head.
A governor's warrant takes between 60 and 90 days to be completed. You also have the right to waive an extradition hearing. If you choose to waive an extradition hearing, again, you would not be entitled to bond. The issuing state would have up to 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up. However, because you have charges pending here, that 30 days would not start until your local charges were resolved. Sounds like you have questions, so what are they?
Oh yeah, I got a question. All right, so if I get incarcerated, right, or just say they come to a room, a motel, but it's several people in there, right?
You're asking me to give you legal advice,
No, but
and I'm not.
I'm just wondering because the room, never mind.
I appointed an attorney.
Yeah, I talked to my attorney, but I kind of shit weird. All right, thank you. I'm gone.
Well, we're not done because you need to know what you want to do on as far as your fugitive of justice matter. Are you requesting an extradition hearing?
Yes.
Okay, so you will have your first initial hearing. I have noted that you are not waiving your rights. You have an initial hearing scheduled for October 6th at 1:30. I will also caution you that against attempting to post bond in your new case, it will not secure your release at this time because you are being held without bond on your fugitive of justice warrant. That takes care of everything I needed to talk to you about.
I thank you.
Next one, please,
Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Vladimir Schmidt, January 1902.
And I'm just checking, Tracy, was the state planning on appearing for this one? Okay. Sir, you are here today on a new case. You were charged with one count of sexual abuse, a Class 5 felony, alleged to have occurred on September 5th of 2024. I did find probable cause as to this charge, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You do have a status conference hearing on October 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 3rd at 8:30. You do have a cash-only bond in the amount of $25,000. If you're able to post bond, you will be released to pretrial services on electronic monitoring. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, and you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. You have a question?
I have a lot. The date?
The date of the offense?
September 5th, 24.
Mm-hmm.
But
there's the law enforcement of...
That's last year. I was not even knowing the...
Well, that's an issue that you would have to raise with your attorney. According to the probable cause statement, I'm sorry, actually, they entered the information wrong. It's actually September 5th, 2025. We will correct that.
It's using the paperwork, it won't reflect on that.
Okay. So the date of the offense is actually September 5th of 2025.
All right.
Next question.
The probable cause, how?
How did I find probable cause?
Yeah.
According to the probable cause statement, the allegation was that you sexually abused the victim by touching her over her breast and also touching her her bottom, and she told you that she was not interested and that you proceeded without her consent. You're asking me what the probable cause is, so I'm telling you what I read.
No, I'm not even,
Okay, so then what is your question then? Because I'm just telling you, you said what was the probable cause, and I'm telling you the facts that I read.
No, I don't know nothing, I'm sorry. I didn't know why I'm here the whole time up until I came right now, so.
Well, I have appointed an attorney to represent you.
I thought I asked for my own.
They appoint an attorney. If you get your own attorney, they'll file a motion and then.
Okay, shit, I'm sorry.
This is just a pre-stage.
It's like, I've never been indicted or anything, and.
Well, you haven't been indicted. This is pre-filing. That means that law enforcement they've arrested you. These are the charges that they submitted. The next step is for the state to then actually file charges. That's what the court date would be on October 1st.
Is there any way I can lower the bond? There's no way I can make that. That's literally my.
For the nature of these offenses, there are mandatory, there's mandatory release conditions that by statute, that I have to follow.
I'm gonna get deported on that basis then, because I'm not gonna.
Well, right now, that's not my concern. According to what I reviewed, I made a probable cause finding that an offense occurred, and it was a very serious offense, and there was a victim involved, and a victim that is seeking to prosecute according to the information that I reviewed. And based on the information that I reviewed, I just gave you the Reader's Digest version of it, but
no, I'm sorry.
It's not.
Yeah, no, I don't want to push for it.
So we're not gonna. I just feel like you probably just shouldn't say anymore. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your attorney, probably by the time they are able to meet with you, they will probably have more information available to them than I even have available to me at this time. What is provided to me is what is called a probable cause statement.
I got you.
So my orders are what they are at this time, based on what is required by statute. All right, if you have no more questions, if you'll step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Right here. See back there? My partner's going to get, Hernandez, and I'll take him out, and then this is the house fault after that.
Thank you. While we are, waiting for the next person, I'll go ahead and do the house call. Robbie Welsh, date of birth, August 11th, 2002, is here on 2 probation violation warrants. Mr. Welsh is not physically present in court due to concerns of danger to himself. I did appoint an attorney to represent him. He will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 2nd at 8:30. One of his warrants has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. The second one is for $100. Total secured appearance bond is $350. Mr. Welsh will be advised that if he's able to post bond, he must appear for his court date, and failure to do so would result in warrants again issuing for his arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. Mitchell Shields is here today on a probation violation warrant and a warrant out of Country Meadows Justice Court. On his probation violation warrant, I did appoint an attorney to represent him. in that matter. He will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 2nd at 8:30. That warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. As to the Justice Court matter, I did appoint an attorney to represent him in that matter. He has an arraignment hearing on September 30th at 8:30. He has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50. That is a placeholder bond.
And then, Tyler's here, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm just finishing up Mr. Shields. So the total secured appearance bond for Mr. Shields is $300 between the two cases. Mr. Shields will be advised that if he fails to appear for his court dates or fails to comply with his release conditions, that warrants will again issue for his arrest. He will lose the bond that he had posted, and additional bond could be imposed. I will meet with Mr. Shields and Mr. Welsh. If any changes are needed, I will do so either on the record or in writing. Mr. Hernandez, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
09/27/2006, Tyler Hernandez.
You are here today because a grand jury charged you with 3 counts of sexual assault, class 2 felony, 2 counts of kidnapping, or a threat of death, injury, a class 2 felony, 1 count of armed robbery with threat or use of a weapon, a class 2 felony, 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, a class 3 felony, 3 counts of sexual abuse, a class 5 felony, and 1 count of aggravated assault, either bounding or restraining of the victim, a class 6 felony. The dates of these alleged offenses are July 20th, 2024, September 19th, and September 19th of 2024. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have an arraignment hearing on October 2nd at 8:30. Your grand jury warrant had a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $250,000. If you are able to post bond, you'll be released to pretrial services on electronic monitoring. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, if you will step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, miss.
I do need to make a clarification on Mitchell Shields, date of birth July 17th, 1981. Mr. Shields is not present in court due to combative behaviors. This concludes the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar. We stand in recess until 11 a.m.
Try this tablet, see if it's working today.
It is temperamental.
Okay. Your Honor, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. I'm walking over there. I just want to make sure you can hear me before I got there.
Okay, thank you.
First one we're going to do is going to be Welsh.
Okay.
Give me 1 second, put his paperwork in, and then I'll get him to present. Wait, what? Well, Judge is here to see you. Go ahead, Your Honor.
Mr. Welch, I can't see him, so I'm not sure if he can hear me.
Can you see it now?
The screen is black now. Is the camera facing him?
Yeah, the camera's facing him.
Okay. Well, now I'm just seeing the camera's facing the floor. Just letting you know what I see. Okay, now I see you, and now I see the floor.
Why is the camera?
Okay, Mr. Welch, if you're able to hear me, can you please say yes?
What? He's moving, Your Honor. He's safe.
Mr. Welch, I just think that you have the camera is facing in the opposite direction. Now I'm looking.
Officer, the back camera, face it towards Welsh.
Okay, now I can see him. Thank you. Mr. Welsh, you are here today because you have 2 probation violation warrants. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in both matters. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 2nd at 8:30. Your first warrant has a secured appearance bond and
All right.
All right, thank you. Please be seated.
You're laying down. You need to sit up. You're in court now.
All right, this is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar for September 25th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 2 a.m. calendar on the first of the month will also apply to these hearings. We're going to start with Mr. Michael Timothy Burge, and then Parker Dallas will be after him. Mr. Burge has, there we go, that's him, okay. And Parker Dallas, the officer will show you where to wait. Or it could be Dallas Parker, I don't know. Right here, sir. Good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
Michael Timothy Berge, August 20th, 1931.
Thank you, Mr. Berge. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for aggravated driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs while impaired to the slightest degree. That is a Class 4 felony, and a possession of an open container of alcohol in a vehicle, which is a Class 2 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for both of those things. I am appointing a lawyer for you. It will be the same lawyer that you have for your other open case, in which, if this is correct, you were to have been sentenced today.
Yes.
You will get the same lawyer, and that is going to definitely move your sentencing date. Your lawyer would never want you to go to sentencing while you have an open case. The court would not do that. It's not in your best interest. So that sentencing is going to end up delayed. Also, I will tell you, there's probably already been a warrant issued for you in that case, so that's going to catch up to you here at the jail. Let me tell you what's going to happen in this case. In this case, I'm setting 3 court hearings for you. The first one will be a status conference on Wednesday, October 1st. That's this coming Wednesday, 8:30 in the morning. Your preliminary hearing will be 2 days later, October 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. Now, you're getting a third hearing in between those on October 2nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. The reason you're getting that third hearing is that you're not eligible for bail today. You need a bail hearing, and that's what I'm setting on the 2nd at 1:30. It's an evidentiary hearing on the question of bail. So talk to your lawyer about that. That has to do with testing the strength of the state's evidence. So it is an evidentiary hearing, but that's your bail hearing. You're not eligible for bail today because there is probable cause to believe that you committed a felony while you had any pending felony case. And Arizona's Constitution says you may not be granted bail in those circumstances, and that the rule says not at this hearing. You'll have a bail hearing. You may or may not be found eligible for bail in 1 week, but you are not eligible today. You will be here in the jail, which is why I'm saying that warrant from today is going to catch up to you, and you'll be brought back here and given a new court date, a status conference in front of your sentencing judge. If we're all lucky, that will happen before you leave the ITR, wherever they're going to send you, but they're going to classify you and send you someplace else. If you're lucky, it'll hit before that happens. If not, you're going to be brought back here to see a judge. So just expect that. Everything's going to be on your paperwork. You see your lawyer next Wednesday the 1st. You step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork. Mr. Dallas and or Mr. Parker. Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Parker Evans Dallas, 9/17/91.
All right, thank you. So you're here on a new case and a probation warrant from Yavapai County. I'm going to start with your new case here in Maricopa. You were arrested for possession of, I must have not resaved it. I apologize. I need to reprint Mr. Dallas's Maricopa PF case. Okay, because you got arrested for 3 things. I found probable cause for 2, but not the 3rd. So hold on, I just need to note that. All right. Okay, the 2 that I did find probable cause for are unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, that's a Class 5 felony, and failing to obey a police officer, that's a Class 2 misdemeanor. For purposes of this hearing only, I did not find probable cause on the narcotic drug allegation, which is a Class 4 felony. The police said they found some white powder. They don't give any further information to establish what that powder would have been, at least to a degree of probable cause. There's just nothing. So I'm not finding probable cause on it today. It's still pending against you, but I am not setting release conditions for it, which means I'm basically ignoring it when setting release conditions. So talk to your lawyer about that. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date here in Maricopa will be a status conference this coming Wednesday, October 1st at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. That's next week. That will be in the downtown Superior Court. Now, you're also here on a probation warrant from the Yavapai County Superior Court, where it appears you are on felony probation, and there's been a petition to revoke your probation filed. That was issued on October 31st of last year, 2024. So I'll let them know they should give you a lawyer when you get there. Your court date in Yavapai County is scheduled for September 30th at 8:30, which is 5 days from today, in the Yavapai County Superior Court, and that address will be on your paperwork. I am affirming Yavapai County's bond for you in that case. It is $25,000 secured, with release conditions that include calling your PO within 72 hours of any release from jail. In the new Maricopa case, the unlawful flight case, your bond is separately $5,000 secured. So that is $30,000 total with conditions. If you post bond, You must comply with all of your conditions in both cases and don't miss your court dates. If you don't post bond, then Maricopa is going to keep you here until they're done with you, and then they will notify Yavapai that they're able to come and get you. If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Hamill?
Hamill?
Where's William Hamill? Okay. After that, Jose Velasquez Munoz, we go to the chair. Right here, sir. Right at the podium, Mr. Hamill. Good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
William John Hamill III, 9/13/79.
All right, thank you. You are here on a new case. You are accused of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. That is a Class 3 felony. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be this coming Wednesday, October 1st at 8:30 in the morning. That is a status conference. Your preliminary hearing will be Friday, October 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. The court address will be on your paperwork. Bond is set, in your case, at $25,000 secured. If you post it, you're going to be on an electronic ankle monitor under the supervision of pretrial services. That will be explained to you if and when you post a bond. You may not have any contact with the alleged victims in the case. You may not live where they live. Your situation is a little strange in that it appears they were very temporarily staying with you. So what I've ordered is that you may not reside at the same location where they are residing, which does mean if you get to your house and they are in there, you may not have contact with them or stay there. That's a civil matter between you and them. You will have to turn on your heel and leave. Part of the reason I want the ankle monitor on you is I don't care if they're literally illegally squatting in your house. This is a criminal case. You're accused of aggravated assault against them. You have civil remedies to get them out of your house. That does not excuse you having contact with them. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll let you go back there provided they are not there. But I'm making it very clear this hearing is being recorded. Yes, you can go there, but if they are there, you may not contact them. You may not be at that location. So you've told me you understand, and that's basically a too bad situation. But in this criminal case, it is zero excuse to have contact with them. You can use legal process. You can sue them. You can have a process server serve them. You can't have any contact with them. So no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. If you get served with an order of protection or an order against harassment, you have to comply with that so long as it's valid as a term of release in this felony case. You still have to put up $25,000 though to guarantee you will comply. That is based on your criminal history and the apparent strength of the evidence. So you have to post bond before any of that is really going to matter. Everything else is going to be on your paperwork. So if you step to your left, he's going to give you a copy of that. All right, Mr. Velasquez Munoz. I just have to send a message. I'm sorry, it's slightly urgent. Okay. All right. I could stop court to do that, but it's 2025. People know sometimes you have an urgent matter. Okay. Sir, can I have your full name and date of birth?
Jose Ramon Velasquez Munoz, October 25th, 1993.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, unlawful flight from law enforcement, that's a Class 5 felony, and drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is going to be a status conference October 1st, which is this Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Your preliminary hearing will be October 3rd at 8:30 in the same court. That's going to be on your paperwork. Now, you do have a DOC hold that's been placed on you at the jail. I have a note from pretrial service saying you do have a DOC hold. I'm setting bond in your case at $5,000 secured with release conditions. But you should be aware that if you post that bond, DOC is going to be given 24 hours to come and pick you up and take you into their custody. So you may want to consult with your lawyer before you decide whether to post bond, because you could end up popcorning back and forth between the two systems. If you miss a court date, we're going to put out a warrant for you. We'll put a hold on you at DOC. So you won't hit the street at any point if that's happening. So I would say talk to your lawyer about the advisability of whether to post this bond and go into DOC custody. In my long experience, most people who do that end up regretting it. So in any event, you're legally entitled to do it though. Just know that if you post the $5,000, DOC is going to be given a chance to come and get you. Everything's on your paperwork. If you did hit the street, if they didn't come and get you, you must call your parole officer within 24 hours of release. Everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, he'll give you a copy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Angelich, Lauren, and then after that, Mario Tapia. Will you go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
Lauren Angelich, 3/6/1990.
All right, thank you. You're here on two things. One is a warrant from the Peoria City Court, and one is a new arrest. In the new arrest, you are accused of aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony. There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your status conference will be October 1st at 8:30 in the morning, preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. Those are both in the downtown Superior Court, and the address will be on your paperwork. In this felony case, your bond is $10,000. It is secured. If you post it, you will be on an ankle monitor under the supervision of pretrial services. That's to prove that you are not going to or living at this location. You may not live there. What you may do is a civil standby one time with a law enforcement officer to collect belongings. Also, your significant other can bring you things. He's not the alleged victim. The alleged victim is your father. So you cannot have contact with your father. You can only go to this location once if you bring an officer with you. That being said, there's another adult in the home who could bring you your stuff. That's fine. Okay. You just can't go there on your own unless there's a cop standing next to you. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victim. Don't respond to him. You have a lengthy history of alcohol abuse, and alcohol is directly alleged in this case. So you will not be drinking while the case is pending, and you must alcohol test to prove that you're not. No weapons whatsoever. If you get served with an order of protection, you have to comply with that as well. Everything else is going to be on your paperwork. That's the felony case. Now, in the misdemeanor case out of the Peoria City Court, this is a failure to appear on a criminal trespassing misdemeanor. Looks like it's third degree, which would be a Class 3 misdemeanor. This warrant issued September 23rd of 2025, so 2 days ago. And your arraignment hearing in Peoria City Court is scheduled for September 30th at 9 in the morning, which I think is Tuesday. Yeah, that's Tuesday, the 30th at 9 a.m., in Peoria City Court. I'm setting what's called a placeholder bond in that case. It's $50. That means we would have released you in this case, except you have the other case going on. So the 50 is there to make sure you'll be eligible for credit for time in custody, and that they will take you over to Peoria on Tuesday if you have not bonded out in the felony case. So don't post the 50 unless you're sure you're going to get out on everything.
Okay.
All that information is on your paperwork. Similar release conditions in terms of no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. In that case, the alleged victim or witness would be whoever owns that property or whoever might have called the police that day.
Okay.
Everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy. Thank you. All right, Mario Tapia. And then James Bell, will you go to the chair, please? Where's Mario?
Mario Tapia?
There he is in the red hat. Yeah, that's him. All right, at the podium, please, Mr. Tapia. Right here, sir. All right, sir, can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Mario Tapia, 52883.
All right, thank you. You're here on one warrant for failure to appear in a felony case. And, no, I apologize, I was on the wrong case. Yes, you're here on a warrant for failing to appear, in both a pending case and a probation case. In the pending case, it was to have been your sentencing. In the probation case, it was to have been your disposition hearing. So it was the same date and time, though, and that was June 17th of this year. So warrants went out for you in both cases. You already have a lawyer in both cases. You're going to have a status conference in front of your sentencing judge next week, which is Wednesday, October 1st at 8:30 in the morning. I'm going to affirm the sentencing judge's bond for you. That is $5,000 cash only per case for $10,000 cash total. You have written conditions you have to comply with if you do bond out. If you step to your left to get a copy of that paperwork. Thank you. All right, Mr. Bell. And then Javier Gomez, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
James Kenneth Bell, January 16, 2000.
All right, thanks. You're on a new case. You're arrested for aggravated domestic violence, a Class 5 felony, and disobeying the order or mandate of a court, also known as interfering with judicial proceedings. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for both of those. I am appointing a lawyer for you. You have 2 upcoming court dates. The first is a status conference this Wednesday, October 1st at 8:30 in the morning. The second will be a preliminary hearing, October 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. Both of those are next week in the downtown Superior Court, and the address and the dates are going to be on your paperwork. Your bond is $1,000. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions, which of course include you can't go to the scene of the alleged crimes, you cannot have any contact with the alleged victim, you have to obey any order of protection that's been served on you, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. Everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, you'll get a copy. Thank you. Mr. Gomez? And after that, Sheila Blake. We come to the chair. I need Mr. Gomez to come all the way up to the front. Mr. Gomez? He's wearing a, looks like a Suns jersey, officer. White Suns jersey with purple sleeves. Mr. Gomez, there he comes. After that, Sheila Blake will be after Mr. Gomez. All right, here's the podium, please. Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Javier Garcia Gomez, 12775.
All right, thank you. You're here on 1 new case and 2 warrants in your probation cases. I'm going to start with the new case. You were booked in on a new allegation of possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in this new case and in both of your probation cases. In the new case, your court date is going to be Wednesday, October 10th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a status conference. We are also scheduling your preliminary hearing for Friday, October 3rd at 8:30 in the morning, and that's in the new case only. That's both next week. And then in each of your probation cases, there were already petitions to revoke your probation issued for you back on September 19th, so less than a week ago. Those petitions, hang on, I don't have a copy of it right here. 1 second. I just got to get a copy of it. Okay, sorry, it's just the cover sheet. 1 second. Here we go. The petition alleges that you violated terms 3 and 5. That's in both cases. You will get a copy of those petitions through your lawyer. As I said, I did appoint a lawyer for you in probation court also. You have 1 upcoming court date in probation court. It is October 2nd, 1 week from today at 8:30 in the morning. That'll be a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing in the downtown probation court, and that address is on your paperwork. Your bond in each of the 3 cases is $500 secured. That is $1,500 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions, call your probation officer within 72 hours of any release. If you step to your left, you get a copy of that paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Blake, Ms. Blake, here you go. And then Rashi Mayon, will you please go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Sheila Lee Blake, 11/24/1982.
All right, thank you. You are here on 3 probation violation warrants. You're on probation in 3 separate cases, and there were petitions to revoke your probation filed in each case back on June 25th. The petitions allege that you violated terms 3, 5, and 15. You'll get a copy of those from your lawyer at your next court hearing. I am appointing a lawyer for you in probation court. Your court date there will be 1 week from today, which is October 2nd at 8:30 in the morning. That will be a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing. The court address in downtown Phoenix will be on your paperwork along with the date and time. In each of your 3 cases, your bond is $250 secured for $750 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions, call your PO within 72 hours. The number will be on your paperwork. If you step to your left, you get a copy of that. Thank you. Mr. Mayon, and then Alexander Gonzalez, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
She Mayon, 09/17/88.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a probation warrant. You're on probation for a Class 1 misdemeanor. And back on September 8th, there was a petition to revoke your probation file. It alleges, wait a minute, you're on probation for a Class 4 felony. Looking right at it. Sorry. I don't know how we entered it as M1. Can you, let's reprint. Okay. You're on probation for a Class 4 felony. Sorry. That's just bad data entry on our part, or somebody's. All righty. The petition that was filed on September 8th of this year alleges that you violated terms 3, 5, and 15. You'll get a copy of it from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing, October 2nd at 8:30 in the morning. I'm going to affirm the bond that was set by the probation judge. It's $250 secured with written conditions. We do need to get the fresh copy of your paperwork so it's correct about the class of offense. We will send it out to you. Good luck. All right, Ms. Gonzalez? Yeah, go ahead and have a seat. We'll send it out. Thank you. After that, Jeremy Campos will go to the chair. Good morning, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
Alexandra Jennifer Gonzalez, 05/31/2001.
Thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for aggravated driving under the influence of drugs with a passenger under the age of 18 in the car. That is a Class 6 felony. Also possession of drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony, and endangerment of that child under circumstances likely to produce serious physical injury or death. There is probable cause for that, and that is a Class 6 felony. There's probable cause for all of those. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is going to be in the Downtown Superior Court. It's going to be 2 weeks from now. It is October 9th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a status conference in the Downtown Superior Court with a preliminary hearing, October 13th at 8:30. Your court dates are 2 weeks out because I'm planning to release you with alcohol and drug testing and an absolute prohibition on any contact with your child. Do you understand? I prohibit you in the felony case from having any contact. It's my strong belief your child is likely in DCS custody. When a tiny child actually tests positive for fentanyl, that child's life is in constant danger. Children OD from fentanyl all the time, and it doesn't take much. So I would be stunned if your child was not already in DCS custody or placed with a parent or something by DCS. But I want to be very, very clear. You may not have contact with your child. Even if DCS says it's okay, they cannot give you permission to violate a court order in a criminal case. Okay, so as long as you're clear on that, then I think you can go alcohol and drug test. I'm adding alcohol because you're very young and you appear to be addicted. And the court worries that people who are prohibited from using narcotics will turn to alcohol instead. That endangers the public.
Yes, so, I use narcotics, but alcohol no, but I could use both. Sorry.
You would go back and what?
I can use help with both. I don't use alcohol,
for sure. Well,
but
and
that's what I wanted, so thank you.
If you're convicted, there's a lot of help. Now, I did give some thought to prohibiting you from driving, but you told pretrial you're living out of your car, and so you don't have a long history of doing this. So I'm not prohibiting you from driving, but
they towed our car, they towed our home.
And by the way, I'm sorry, I got to reprint this one too, officers. I missed one. It's complicated. Sometimes I miss things. All right.
That's a good judge.
So you can drive if your license is valid, but you still can't drive with any children in the car.
Yeah, I'm
so
not
other people's, no children, but if you have a license and a vehicle. As to where your vehicle is, you're going to have to deal with the arresting agency, which looks like it's Phoenix. So they do have a property line. You have to call them. Where's my car? They may be doing like a mandatory 30-day impound. There's some rules with DUI cases. So that's between you and Phoenix Police Department. But if you get your vehicle back, you're allowed to drive if your license is still valid, just not with any kids in the car.
No, I won't. All
right, everything.
I'll get it right.
All right, and you can absolutely work with DCS about your child, and you can respond to what they're saying, and you can participate in that whole process, but they can't give him to you, or her. I think it might be a her.
Yeah.
They can't until there's a further order in the criminal case. So if things are going well with DCS and you want to get permission to have contact, you need to talk to your lawyer in the felony case and say, hey, can you file a motion? I have all of this. And then they can put it in front of the trial judge, and the trial judge will decide if they think it's safe for you to have contact with your child. I've absolutely prohibited it, but that's not a forever order.
Right.
It's until it changes or the case resolves. I say it's
better
for now, but don't violate it. Even if DCS says, great, let's have a supervised visit. You say, I'm sorry, I don't have permission. You need to go talk to your lawyer and say, hey, DCS is willing to do this. Can you get me permission to do it? Okay. And your lawyer will help you with that. All right, everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy.
Thank you so much,
thank
Judge.
You. All right, Mr. Campos? And then Tara Lewis, we go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Yes, Jeremy Campos, 5/14/78.
Okay, thanks. You're here on an arrest warrant for an older case. And there's been a criminal complaint filed charging you with identity theft, 2 counts of forgery, those are all Class 4 felonies, resisting arrest as a Class 1 misdemeanor, and refusing to provide a truthful name when lawfully detained, which is a Class 2 misdemeanor. The alleged offense date for all of these is September 13th of last year, 2024. This comes out of the Phoenix Police Department. And it looks like this the warrant was just issued, so they just charged you. No way to know for me why it took so long, but it looks like they didn't have a working address for you, and that's why it turned into a warrant. But you haven't missed any court dates. You do have criminal history, but this is a property crime. It was a year ago. So right now, your risk assessment score is saying, if I give you a chance to come to court on your own, you're acceptably likely to come. You got 5 priors, though. I tend to doubt it. I hope you prove me wrong, because I'm going to release you to pretrial services. But you have to know, 1 FTA, you got 5 priors. We're all giving you a bond, all day, every day. You need to come to court. If you want to fight your case, talk to your lawyer, do whatever, you must appear. You don't appear, we're not going to ask you nicely. We're going to issue a warrant for you and hold you on a bond. And so, people in your situation,
I'll show up.
well, you might show up initially. You might. You're going to get your offer, and then you're going to FTA, and who knows. But just so you know, I have almost zero sympathy for people who miss court dates in felony cases. You didn't get to see it, but people who are like, but. I'm like, but nothing. Talk to the trial judge. So, honestly, you're one of those where it's like, everything I know from 25 years in the criminal justice system is you will eventually FTA in this case. That's okay. You know what? It is a property crime. It's a year ago. And you're not going to dodge the cops very long based on your criminal history. We'll get you back, and we'll hold you on a bond. So you do the math. Come. Maybe I will be wrong. I'm going to give you a chance because, like I said, it's an older case. It's a victim case, though. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victim. The victim has the right to get this resolved in a speedy way, just like you do. So the odds of you dodging a bond are about 0 if you miss a court date. Don't do it. If you can't make it to court, call your lawyer. Call the court. Petty excuses. I was in rehab. I lost my transportation that day. You got 5 felonies. Nobody is going to give you the time of day on that. So sorry for the long lecture, but you're one where it's like, I just want to hold you on a bond because I can see your criminal history and I can see what this is for. That being said, algorithms say you are acceptably likely to come to court for me to give you a chance. So I'm giving you a chance, a very skeptical chance, but I hope you prove me wrong. You're innocent until proven guilty in this case. I'm just saying, I don't think you're going to show. That being said, please prove me wrong. I did give you a lawyer. You'll meet with them when you go. You'll get discovery. You get all that. You fight your case. You can pick it up there, okay? If you step to your left, you get that paperwork. Ms. Lewis, Tara Lewis. Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Tara Lynn Lewis, July 28th, 1987.
All right, thank you. You're here on a new case. You got arrested for possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. There is probable cause for that. You also got booked in for an allegation of possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, which there's not at this time probable cause for the narcotics. It's not dismissed, but I'm just ignoring it essentially for purposes of setting release conditions. But it's not dismissed, so talk to your lawyer about how that works. The county attorney could still go forward on that against you, but I'm just not setting release conditions for it, only the dangerous drugs. So, and by the way, it's not going to change the outcome, even if I had found probable cause, same outcome. So I'm giving you a lawyer, and I'm giving you 2 court dates. The first one is a status conference October 9th at 8:30, which is 2 weeks from now. Preliminary hearing will be October 13th at 8:30. And I'm going to release you to pretrial services supervision. You're just going to have to call in. We're going to give you a piece of paper. Be sure to call them after you get out. I'm not making a drug test right now because I don't want to waste everybody's time on what is probably something we all know already. And so come to court. What I want you to do is come to court. You got 4 priors, so you're a little bit in the same position as the other guy, except your case is not a victim case. You got 4 priors, but right now, none of that's violent. These are drug charges. I'm absolutely willing to let you prove, will you or won't you come? Even with a bunch of priors, people in our system are now getting probation and treatment offers in strictly drug cases. His is a victim case. Yours is a drug case. So show up, talk to your lawyer. If that's an option you want to consider, you have to show up to get it. It's up to the county attorney to offer it to you. So if you fail to appear and you're stuck in on a bond, they're a lot less likely to offer it to you. So just talk to your lawyer. Of course, you can fight the case. That's your right. All right, if you step to your left, you get a copy of that paperwork. Good luck, man. All right, so Jennifer Chavez ended up moved to the bottom. Okay, that's how come I forgot her. Okay, and let me just double check this one. Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay, Ms. Chavez, where are you?
Chavez. Chavez. What's up? On the podium.
All right, ma'am. Right here at the podium, may I please have your full name and your date of birth?
Jennifer Maria Chavez, C-184.
All right, thank you. You're here on a total of 3 things. 1 is a bench warrant from the Superior Court, and 2 are new charges alleged out of Goodyear. So I'm going to start with your warrant in the felony case. And in this case, you have been charged with possessing both narcotic and dangerous drugs. Those are Class 4 felonies, and drug tonight, a Class 6 felony. These were issued September, it looks like 15th, the fax is a little fuzzy, could be 16th, of this year when you failed to appear at a status conference.
Yeah, I didn't get my mail.
You already have a lawyer, and your next court date is going to be October 1st at 8:30, which is 1 week from yesterday. So Wednesday, October 1st at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Now, you also got booked into Goodyear, and what they did is they charged you in 2. They're trying to separate the cases, but you're going to end up with the same court date in Goodyear. So in the first case, which is number 22 on the calendar, you are accused of 2 counts of shoplifting, Class 1 misdemeanors, committed August 27th of 2025. Your court date in Goodyear for those will be an arraignment hearing October 1st at 8:30, which is the same date and time. I'll tell you what to do in a second. In the other case, which is number 20, you have been accused of violating a Goodyear city ordinance called making false or misleading statements to a police officer. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for that as well. We're going to give you the same court date and arraignment hearing October 1st at 8:30 in the morning in the Goodyear City Court. That address will be on your paperwork. In the Superior Court case, your bond is $500 secured. In each of the 2 Goodyear cases, it is $250 secured, and that is $1,000 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions, do not miss your court dates. Everything's going to be on your paperwork. We have to physically write in the Goodyear ordinance because that's not in the system.
Shoplifting August 27th.
I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
What is shoplifting? I never got caught shoplifting.
They say they have you on video from the 27th. I believe it was a Walgreens. So you'll have to wait and get your discovery from the state, but the police allege you have been positively ID'd on video shoplifting at a Walgreens on August 27th. So you'll have to wait and see. They may not have arrested you then. It sounds like they didn't. Doesn't mean they can't arrest you now. So you'll get discovery. You can fight the case.
I don't have a bond money.
All right, then you'll stay in custody, and then what's going to happen on the 1st is they'll take you to Superior Court. Goodyear will be told to wait. If you do bond out, you need to call Goodyear and get your case moved because I had to put them all on the same date. I don't have any way to move those. But if you don't post bond, you're going to be taken down for the felony case, and the Goodyear City Court will have to move their court date. They usually move it by a day or 2. So just check with the DOs about when you're going to go to Goodyear, but if you don't bond out, they're going to take you down.
So there's no way to get out without bond?
I'm sorry?
There's no way to get out without bond? Like, no.
No, ma'am. And by the way, when you know you're being contacted by the police and they accuse you of lying about your name.
That was.
So talk to your lawyer about that, but no. If they accuse you of providing a false ID, the court does not trust you. I think there's probable cause to believe that you did that.
I was in the middle of a seizure. I don't even know.
Okay. Please step to your left and take your paperwork, ma'am.
Whatever.
All righty. So officer, I've got 1, 2, 3 house calls. I've got Tanner Ross, Maxine Guideman, and Flavio Bracamontes Valtierra. Sorry? Oh, great. Let's get him in here. Oh, yeah. Okay. It was marked house call, but I'll wait for the door to close. Go ahead, sir. Yeah, or I'll just wait till the second matter, and I'll do the first matter. It's the second one that we're good? Okay. All right, sir. Can you unmark them as house calls? Just because, okay, thanks. I just like in terms of the record, so to speak. All right. Sir, can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Flavio Bracamontes Valtierra, 9/17/97.
Okay, thanks. So you're here on a new case and a warrant, and a pending case. In the new case, you were booked in for 1 allegation of possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, which is a Class 3 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for both of those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. It's going to be the same lawyer in this case that you have in your pending case. In number 19 on the calendar, you've been charged with failure to register as a sex offender committed 2 different ways. One is a Class 4 felony, one is a Class 6. You failed to appear at your sentencing on August 13th, and there was a warrant issued for your arrest. All right, you'll end up with the same lawyer for both. You're going to have slightly different court dates right now because your cases are at separate stages of the proceedings. So, in the brand new case, the narcotic drug case, you will have a status conference October 1st at 8:30 in the morning and a preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30. You are also scheduled downtown for a status conference in front of your sentencing judge in the failure to register case, also on October 3rd at 8:30. So I'm not sure how they're going to handle that downtown, but it's not going to be your problem to figure out where to go, because in the new case, there is probable cause for a felony while you have an open felony case. So I am legally required to hold you without bail today. You're not getting out today in the new case. What you do get is a bail hearing. And you could theoretically get out before the 3rd, so be sure and check with your lawyer about where you're supposed to go on the 3rd. If you were to, so your bail hearing is the afternoon of October 2nd at 1:30. It's called an evidentiary hearing on your paperwork, but the purpose of it is bail. So say you did get found eligible for bail and you ended up released on the 2nd. Then you got to be in court on the 3rd, and I'm sending you to 2 different courtrooms because I have to. So be sure to talk to your lawyer if that happens on the 2nd. Say, where do I go in the morning? So if that happens. So everything's going to be on your, well, yeah, because you have to post bail though. So whatever happened, even if you got released in the new case, I'm affirming Judge Wingard's $2,500 cash bond in the failure to register. So you'd still have to post that to get out.
Right.
All right, everything's going to be on your paperwork. You're going to have the same lawyer. All of your court dates are there. So just to recap, today you are not eligible for bail in the new case. You may or may not be found eligible next week, but today you are held without bond. In the older case, it's $2,500 cash bond. Everything's going to be on your paperwork. If you please step to your left, he'll give you those copies. Thank you. Okay, so Officer, as to Mr. Ross and Mr. Guideman, is each of them not physically present in court because they've been isolated by the Sheriff's Office as a potential risk of danger to themselves or others?
Yes.
All right, thank you. I did get an affirmative answer from the Sheriff's Office, and so I will go conduct these initial appearances in person, in-house, immediately following this recording. I'll advise Tanner Ross, born 3/3/27, that she has been arrested on new allegations. They are taking contraband into a correctional facility, which is I think it's a Class 2 felony. Then there's the Title 31, taking prohibited articles into a jail, also alleged as a felony. This is some creative booking. I would have done promoting prison contraband, but okay, there's probable cause for those. And a liquor violation, being under 21, in violation Title 4-244.41, being under 21 with any alcohol in your body, and that's a misdemeanor. All right, there is probable cause for all of those. I'm appointing a lawyer for Ms. Ross. Going to give her status conference of October 1 at 8:30 in the morning and preliminary hearing October 3rd at 8:30 at the downtown Superior Court. I'm very concerned, based on these allegations, that she exhibits signs of being very unlikely to comply with court orders and appear. So the court intends to set bail in the amount of $1,000 secured in this case. If she posts it, then she would be released to pretrial services with alcohol and drug testing. Let's see if I need to do a scene of the crime order for her. I do want to do a scene of the crime for her. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I'm going to reprint Tanner Ross's officer. I want to do, don't go to the scene of the alleged crime, don't contact the people who called the police. So, okay. So I'm going to reprint Ross, but my current inclination is $1,000 secured with drug and alcohol testing. If she posts it, she can't go to the scene of the crime, no contact with the people who called the police, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. She's very much underage. All right, Maxine Guideman, born 9/24/04, is here in a new case. He was arrested for criminal trespass of a critical public service facility. That's a Class 5 felony, and there is probable cause for it. I am appointing a lawyer for him. I am currently inclined to try to release him based on what appears to be a complete lack of criminal history, but I do want to talk to him. If I do release him, his status conference will be October 9th at 8:30 in the morning. If I don't, it will be October 1st at that time. And a preliminary hearing, if I do release him, will be October 13th at 8:30. That will change to October 3rd if I decide to set bail. Right now, as I said, I'm inclined to release him to pretrial services with orders to come to court, not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. That'll be Sky Harbor Airport. I will check with him and make sure he doesn't tell me he needs to fly out, in which case I may craft a more careful order about that. But right now, assuming he doesn't say he has some reason to go to the airport, I'm going to prohibit him from going there. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. If anything changes after I conduct these two initial appearances in-house, my final written order will reflect the court's ultimate decision in these cases. The court will not be updating this recording, so people who are interested should go look at the court's final written order in those two cases. And with that, we will stand in recess until 2 p.m. this afternoon.